Yes, gadgets are now inevitably needed in your day-to-day life. Use any chance to grab some for yourself. For Western Uganda and beyond, the only trusted electronics shop is Edgar Communications.
Welcome to Edgar Communications Mbalala. So we sell phones, specifically Tecno, Infinix, Itel, Nokia, Samsung. We have smartphones, we have also button phones. Then we sell TVs, Hisense, LG, Star X. Then we have Fufas, Alip, Jag, and others.
For these and more appliances and accessories, reach them at their shop located in Mbarara City opposite Shell and Kore, or call them now on 0701 467426 or 0785 356453. The only trusted one-stop center for computer solutions in Western Uganda is Think Innovation, regional leading providers of friendly computers and laptop sales and computer accessories, a hub of specialists in computer repair and maintenance, based at computer training and software installation. Could you be in need of these and more computer services? Reach out to them now at their workshop located in Mbarara, Bananuka Drive, Western Arcade Building, room AF51, or call them now for instant services via 0753 975042 or 0789 708838.
Many of us today are party people, I can say party animals or fun people. We love going for football, watching games, playing games, or rather an entertainment thing. But how do we get this information? Via social media or flyers? But have you ever thought about a new innovation?
Well, we are talking about evently. Now, the dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, defines event as an unusual happening or occasion. Do you have unusual happenings in your life?
Oh yeah. I go a lot to attend auctioning.
Auctionings?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm standing next billionaire. Do you have like culture events, culture dances?
Yeah, we usually have that.
Called what?
Okay, I can.
You can demonstrate, yeah?
Not really, not now, but we have those cultural dances.
Okay, well, like she says, not now. This is the Startup Talk. I am Sankara Byaruhanga.
Well, I am Monica. Today we have a very nice guest. His name is Vincent Mabirizi. So stay with us as we...
Well, we remember the candidate Mabirizi. If you remember, we had a presidential candidate in Uganda called Mabirizi.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they're kind of coming in. But he's called Vincent Mabirizi, who is championing an innovation called Evently. That is what we are going to be looking at. What will you be doing with him?
Well, basically, I'll be taking you guys through how Evently application works. Its features, we'll all get to know that.
Well, why are we having Vincent here? This is the Startup Talk, which we say promotes creatives. When I talk about creatives, today I look like Igwe. I want to see you say like Igwe.
Igwe.
Okay, so that is what we talk about. Now, these are creatives. Of late, Mbarara's weather is kind of getting cold, sort of like Jennifer's Chigezi. children.
is
But
true.
in case you are going through this cold weather in Mbarara and places around, this is some kind of creative you could grab. Now, that is what not I'm going to talk about today. I'm telling you about the Startup Talk, which runs every Tuesday, 5 p.m. And usually I will be with my partner in crime. And why should we anyway let you wait? I think we should start with Monica interviewing Vincent, and you need to be ready to understand what Evently is all about.
Well, guys, are you looking for a plot or an entertainment or a concert to make your day? Well, today we have a guest on the Startup Talk, an innovator for that case. This guy is awesome, I can say. This guy came up with a mobile application known as Evently. This updates us about each and every event around us. Not only that, but this also allows us to book tickets. Imagine that. So today, stay with us as we take you through each and every step of using the application. Mr. Vincent, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm also grateful for this opportunity to come here and share. Dear viewers of the ADTV, I'm so humbled to be here. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
So I've been hearing about the Evently app, but some of us really have no idea totally about how this app works.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful right now you're going to know what Evently is all about. Evently is a social event listing mobile application that lets you know what events are happening where, when, and at what time, so that you can book a ticket, go and have fun with colleagues. And above all, it is tailored to localized module whereby the events are retrieved on your side depending on your current location. Say you're in Mbarara, you'll get events that are happening in Mbarara and the nearby cities or areas.
So if I'm within Kampala and I download this application, I still get like events around Kampala.
Definitely.
Wow, this is amazing. Please just take me through this application. I need to know exactly how it works.
Evently, basically all you need to know, what you need to do, you just go on Play Store, you search for Evently, or you can also go through our website, www.evently.app. You'll see a link there, then to take you to the Play Store, you download it. After downloading that app, then you install it on your phone. Then after installing, you just need to fill a few fields. That's your name, your email, and the username and the password that you need to use. Then after entering those details, we just subscribe for an account. Immediately you receive a notification that your account has been created, and then you can continue to log in. When you log into the app, by default, the app will fetch all the events basing on your current location. However, you can also adjust and see all the events that are even beyond your current location. Now, the way these events are tailored, they have categories. We have a horizontal scroll where you can go through, let me say you're interested in church events. There's a section where you can see the church events from. If you need, you're a nightclub person who likes going to clubs, you can also go in that section and see all the events.
But wait, do I need to subscribe for free, or there is some cost which I need to miss?
No cost. Everything comes at a free cost. The only thing you need is data. As long as you have that on your phone, everything is free available.
This is interesting. Guys, did you hear that? Just go and download Evently. Subscription is for free. And there you go. There you have it. Please, let's continue.
Now, upon retrieving all the events, now as you're viewing these events on on that app, you'll be able to see the organizer. Then the app will also show you the location where this event's actually going to happen on your Google Maps. Let me say you're not familiar with the place, so you can see and navigate through the Google Maps. Then you see the location on your screen. Then you can also go ahead and book a ticket. Booking a ticket, you can pay either by mobile money or you can pay using a Visa card.
Okay.
So when you tap on book a ticket, you're provided with an interface where you choose either to pay to book a ticket to do the payment by mobile money or by Visa card. Then when you choose mobile money, of course, it will send you a verification code that you have to enter in your phone. Then it will load your mobile money, and the process of it will remain normal as you do any transaction via mobile money. Then for the Visa card, of course, you enter the card details. Then the money will be automatically deducted from your account. The amount that is deducted, it is the exact amount that event organizer has set for each and every for that particular ticket. For that particular ticket. Then upon successful transaction, you're given a ticket. This ticket has two verification modules. It can be verified by QR code that comes along with on that ticket. It's a scannable QR code or a V code. A V code is a 6 random generated character code that can also be used to verify that ticket. That's if you go to attend the event, then you just provide either this code or you provide the tickets. Then the organizer, you just use the Evently manager, which is used by the event organizer to scan this ticket, and then they will let you in.
Wow.
So in this case, we're actually addressing the issues of forgeries.
So I don't have to go and line up in order to get a ticket.
Don't really just do it from your home. All you need is to take the ticket and attend the event.
Oh my God, this is one of the easiest way to get my ticket to any concert that I need to attend. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So please, is that the end of the whole process?
That's about
The ticket
the
side.
ticket. Yeah, that's all about. That's the few process that you go through. It's very easy actually. It's like 2-3 clicks. You have your
Okay.
ticket.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So how does the event organizers upload their event, something like that? Is there another part where they have to sign up or you do it for them, something like that?
Okay. And now for events organizers, for them they have a tailored app that's called Evently Manager. So Evently Manager, if you're an organizer, let me say your happening place or your brand who organize events, you can even be you who maybe wants to organize your birthday party or any kind of event. So you just download the Evently Manager, then you also create an account. It's also a small process that you go through. Then you can start uploading your events. So when you upload these events, now people who are using Evently, they will be able to see your events. They will be able to comment. They will be able to inquire you through an inbox, and you can reply them on individual basis. Then you also upload the tickets. Then people can purchase them. Now, when they purchase, the amount that is paid, it actually comes to your account, you as the organizer.
So me as a business person, I'm putting an example. I have like an auctioning taking place, let's say next week, and I need to upload my event. How much will I get charged for this?
Now for all our events, all events organizers who use the event, there's a 6 months free package whereby you access all the services at a free cost. Now within these 6 months, you're uploading your events at a free cost. In other words, you're using your free version of the app. So after the 6 months, that's when the charges will come. But even the charges are very minute actually. But those ones, actually, those are memorandum of understanding that we go through with those events organizers. But for uploading events, it's free. We only actually deduct a small negotiable percentage. That is something like a commission for each and every ticket that events attenders purchase through our app. But still, that commission is very minute. It's like 1%.
1% from each and every ticket.
Of course, 1% for each and every ticket, but we also have another module where we can charge a certain percentage of all the tickets that have been bought for that specific event. So this is a discussion that we can, we treat our clients differently. For example, if you're organizing events on a daily basis, then the commission becomes more less because for you, you're a daily client. Yeah, so it depends. It's a negotiable commission.
So still about the Evently app, which other unique feature does it have?
Oh, thank you. Evently doesn't stop on advertising events and buying tickets. It has also got other features. Let me say we have a feature called experience. Experience, this is anything that you feel about. Let me say you are at the happening place, you're so happy, you can share on the app how you feel happy, or you can also keep updating your following about what's trending. Then people can react on that experience.
So I can share my story.
Or you can share your story, they can comment, you can reply on comments. That's another feature. So it's more like fun. Then you also got another amazing feature, that is the chat feature. In this case, if you're interested in interacting with someone, you just send them a friend request. Then once the person accepts your friend request, then you start on there sharing text and images, snaps, like normal chatting as you know, social media, how everything goes. And one good thing about Evently, you don't need to worry about OTT, you don't need to worry about VPN, because it is a locally developed product. And we have that incentive from the government.
So all you need to do is just load your data, no
Definitely.
use of VPN, nothing at all.
Nothing at all. As long as you have data, the chat goes smoothly.
But is it secure now?
Of
What
course.
if someone hacks into my account and, you know?
That is practically impossible because the app actually has a completely developed API that was done from scratch that ensures that all customer communications are encrypted. I may not go into the technical part of it because some users may not understand, but it is a two-way encryption. But the information actually is secure. Not even me who have access to the app data, I can even know what you're sharing because the information is encrypted. It's only between you people who are sharing the content. And you also make sure that at least we keep our clients and users' data in a secure way. Yep.
That is true. Now, what if I want to make a call using Evently? Does it work? Does it have an option of that?
Well, that's actually something that we thought about.
Or rather, a video call?
Of course, those are things that we thought about. And as of now, the version that is on Play Store, we haven't actually added those functionalities. But those functionalities are still in the testing mode. We are still testing them. But very soon they will be available. Someone will be able to do a video call. Someone will be able to live stream events. As you know, the new normal. People like live streaming here and there. So we also have that future. But those ones, as of now, we haven't implemented them. They are still in the testing mode. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Guys, there you have it. Evently is here for you. Just go on Play Store, download the application. It's called Evently. So,
maybe something to add on that. We didn't also ignore the iOS users because statistics indicates that actually as people's lives keeps on improving, more people have come to appreciate iOS. So people have iPhones here and there. So we also designed a version for that class of people. And this version is in the final review. So very soon it's going to be available for iPhone users to download and enjoy the services.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So let's take a short break and we get back to the startup talk still with Vincent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Monica, out there. Wow, that was some wonderful work. Now, apparently, you who is watching you now know what Evently is all about. Thanks to Monica for this. I'm already feeling cool. And I told you the Startup Talk deals with people that create things here. We are talking about creatives. And in fact, this is a creative that you could actually grab yourself if you call the number you see down on your screen. But before that, I will be introducing Ndugu Vincent. You already watched what he can be doing. And this very, time, we'll be talking about the story. How has it been like? We've already seen what Evently can be able to do, especially changing the game of events. Especially now, if we are to talk about the smart cities, I would, for example, get a case of study of Mbarara City. What could be a game changer in mobilizing for events? Generations already came. I remember those days when Eagles production was actually the thing. Then the noisy advert was supposed to be mobilize people, for that event. And then later we graduated to drives within town. And this person says, anyway, there could be a smart way of marketing events and making sure you know that there's an event coming, especially those events of your interest. That is why we host Ndugu Vincent. Maybe to remind you, the Startup Talk is brought to you by Empower Youth in Technology, a very good tech hub here in Mbarara, in partnership with Yali. I'm talking about Young African Leaders Initiative, a program that was initially started by the former US President Barack Obama. We make sure at least we know, we bring a voice of you young people who think are out there. You have what you are doing for yourself, because perhaps maybe you do not have a platform for you to market your products, or telling a story to the world of what you can do. Also, we believe that you could actually inspire people who would wish to do the same as you're doing. Now we are going to do this, and when we return immediately, we'll be welcoming Mr. Vincent Mabidizi of Evently mobile app. Yes, thank you very much. I welcome you from that short break. It is Sankara still continuing with the Startup Talk. I promised you when we return, we will be going for the story of Ndugu Mabidizi Vincent that you just actually watched 10 minutes ago with Monica. What he is able to do with Evently app. Maybe for those of you who just joined us, we will be giving you a chance to rewatch what Evently is all about in a few minutes from now. Vincent, you're welcome to the Startup Talk.
Thank you, Mr. Sankara.
That is Vincent for you. Before that, perhaps you could again say hi to the viewer.
Dear viewers of HTV, I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Okay, yeah, that is Vincent for you. And when he says listening, I think it is in capital letters, because like I told you, you can also catch us via www.ayitradio.com right now, and you will be able to pick everything. Maybe you who is on the radio and you would wish to watch this, you could go to Facebook and type Ayit TV or YouTube. You'll be able to watch us. Vincent, once again, I welcome you. First, tell us generally, who is Vincent?
Vincent, Mabidi is my name. If I'm traced by my roots back, I'm a born of Chankwans district, and I'm proud for that. I'm a humble person who live a simple life. I'm a hustler, I'm a trader. I deal in maize produce. I'm an innovator, an educator, and a software developer.
Well, we usually want to understand who this person would actually describe themselves as. And when he says, I'm a hustler, it means actually we come to the core of this show. Now, this show targets you who is out there and you think you have something you are doing, but you know you're not getting a platform for people to, appreciate or get to know your story. Just like we're about to hear Vincent's story. I think I met you way years back in 2015.
It was 2015, yeah, around August.
So then if it must be a Luganda word, we must be saying Twazirwanako. But beyond that,
right.
Yeah, when he says a hustler. If I met him those years ago, and now he's a CEO of Evently, what has been the story like? You just told Monica how the application actually operates, Evently app. But before that, how do we come to have Evently? What's the story behind? How did it start?
Events is a longer story. Actually, it started early in 2016, around August. The way it came into existence. Actually, this is it's an idea that emerged out of real world problems. It happened to be a real story actually, where some of our colleagues who liked going out happening,
Yes.
they were actually lacking information.
Which time are we talking about?
We're
When
talking
was
about
this?
2016, around the around August, yeah. Around
You were at the university.
I was at the university, second year, first semester.
Oh, so these friends now want to go out and
They want to go out. A certain club here in Barara, and when a colleague reached there, he found that actually they were live streaming a match between Arsenal and Liverpool. For him, he was a supporter of Manchester United. So they end up going to crashes, rioting here and there. And a colleague of mine was like, what if this person had information before going there?
well, wait. A friend entered this place to happen, I mean, enjoy, and then literally another group is fighting over the match. That's what
Proper.
you're trying to say.
What I'm trying to say, this
Yes.
colleague of mine, he went there with the name of watching
Watching the match.
That was Manchester United playing Tottenham.
Yes.
And now he reaches there, he finds another group who is
Yes.
supporting Arsenal.
Ah.
So there was a single screen,
Mm.
and everyone wanted to watch their match.
Mm.
And yet the person who was showing the match had a program. And actually the program was to show Arsenal against Liverpool, because it had a big turn-up.
Okay, so let's come back to the colleague. I'm seated. I came to watch my match. How then the fight comes in?
I want to watch Manchester United, you want to watch Arsenal,
Ah.
and you have a single screen.
Yes.
So that's where the misunderstanding came in. And this person moved out complaining that he was cheated. He paid his money, I need to watch the match. Now we as the innovators, IT specialists,
At
who
that
were-
time.
at that time,
Yes.
who were in class studying, we thought of what if this person had a better way to get information about what was going to happen in that particular club before going there. You may find that he would have got to know that, oh, they are not going to actually show that the match between Manchester and Tottenham, so I wouldn't have gone there. So in other words, the ground roots here is that we wanted to find a way how we can make people who likes happening to get information before they decide which event, which place, which happening place actually to attend and have fun.
So I can be there, and I know, because I like matches, I should be able to be updated on where I will comfortably watch my match.
Definitely.
Ah, that is how you start.
And actually, the exact match that you want to watch, you'll be able to know, are they going to show this very match that I want to watch? So in other words, you decide which place to go for happening while knowing the exact program and the schedule they have for you, the buffet of the events they have for you.
Can we name that student?
That was Graham.
Graham.
Yeah.
Well, Graham, if you're watching this, and if you are told you happen to watch, get this link, we are so happy for you, because the gentleman just told us you are the genesis of Evently. Had you not faced such a challenge, then we would not have this problem. So let's get back now to the story. Abraham gets back, tells you this story, and how do you mobilize? How do you literally start developing this?
So as youth,
Yes.
people were at the campus studying, we are doing some technical courses. So we merged as a team, and we decided to innovate something that could actually solve such a problem by providing a platform where people can use this app and get all information about all the trending events within their current locations. So that's how actually we started.
Well, let's first describe the we in this. At that time, perhaps only two characters we have is the victim of the challenge and Mabilizi Vincent, who we have here. You keep saying we. Is there a team behind this?
Yes, it was a very big team. I myself inclusive. We have Isaac, we have Timothy, and above all, we had a mentor who actually came in to assist us to make sure that this dream come to reality. So, and he actually spearheaded that.
So at that time, you mobilized this team and the mentor, perhaps, because remember we are still at the university. I want that story a little bit. We mobilize the team, we start developing. That is it? Yes. Well, and perhaps you could, there is more to that really, there's more to tell. How you've moved from then to now. All these stages, it is some story we would need to listen to.
Oh, okay. Now, if I to go back to the details of that, like we were a team of students,
Yes,
who had a common focus. We had a common goal that they wanted to achieve as a team, and the goal was to solve this problem.
yes.
So we teamed up. Actually, the team was a big. I may not recall each and every person's name because it's now almost 5 years back. But we had a common goal. We were sharing common values. So we came up as a team. Then we started this, and this team had people who had various skills. There are those people who had skills in writing codes. There are people who had skills in brainstorming.
All students.
Yeah, we had people who had skills in doing graphics work. We had people who had presentation skills, pitching skills, writing skills. So we teamed together and we brought the Evently, but then it was not actually Evently.
It was
called Get a Plot Mobile.
Oh yes, Get a Plot. If you've seen this somewhere, then that is what actually graduated to become Evently. I think we are seeing the two logos down the screen. On the one on the left was Get a Plot as the first name what Vincent and the team developed, and then this other one on the right you're seeing is Evently, what we are talking about. Now, there's always a little bit of a few steps perhaps you develop, you go through. Throughout this story, are there some particular key stories you would need to pick, like unforgettable moments within developing this, up to this level? Are there some particular key stories you need to remember from these stages? And then you share.
Definitely there are some that I cannot actually forget. One, after brainstorming and got this idea, so we had to kickstart. But the process actually didn't start from writing codes. The process started to organizing ourselves as a team by identifying our strengths and weaknesses. What can so and so do? What can you do? In that case, we came up with an organized team that could actually spear ahead each and every tasks depending on our abilities. Some of the activities that we did, it was actually doing a ground research on the idea that we were going to bring on board. We did work. We had even to go physically to some of the happening places. We sold our ideas to them. Yes, some people didn't appreciate it. They didn't actually see it in the first time. You know, what they call an innovation is being able to understand, being able to find out that people, they actually need, but they don't know that they need it. So if someone to be innovative, you have to be with the potentials to identify.
They need, but they don't know they need it.
What's something that the public need, but they actually don't know that they need it. So in that case, explaining a person such in the first time, since they didn't actually know that they need it, it might be very hard for you to convince them. You might need to do a lot. But there are also some people who could depict the idea there and then, and they welcomed it. They gave us some, they gave us support, and they were like, please continue, do this, we shall appreciate. We're actually waiting to see how it's going to work. So we went back to our respective hostels when we were happy and we were empowered to go ahead and do something so that by next time you go back to those people when you have something tangible for them.
It is not usually easy for students to get organized in that way. One would anyway wonder at that time, is it a company, is it a group of developers, I might say, where students all from the same course? The real story there. Who gets you together? Who says continue? At least let's name some of these entities. Let's get to the real campus life at that time.
Maybe if I may identify a few individuals, but before I identify these few individuals,
Yes.
I may say that each and everyone played a role. The fact that we never had, we never had similar skills, everyone had, we were talented in different ways, so everyone played a different skill. But by then, we actually established it was a group of people who were from the same faculty.
Okay, students association or a club or something?
The club came in later, after organizing ourselves. We later formed a club called Android Soft Tech, meaning Android software technologies. So by then, it was just all students were from the same faculty, but doing different courses. But at least we were sharing that concept of being that we are from tech background.
Yes.
And in this case, we established a leadership with key individuals who were actually spearheading. Now in that position, I happen to be elected as the president
Of the association of the group.
association. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was actually spearheading most of the activities, re-empowering my fellows whenever they could feel like they have lost the efforts. But above all, we had a very instrumental gentleman. That was Mr. Chimera Richard.
Yes.
He's a lecturer at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. He was more like a mentor. He could guide us, showing us the right direction. Do this, don't do this.
Chimera Richard.
Yeah.
Well, Chimera Richard, Mr., I would say. I don't know if he has attained the doctor title yet. But Ndugu Chimera, if you're watching, thank you very much. The gentleman names you as one of the key individuals that saw Evently coming to birth. Now we're going to take this short break. When we return, we are going to continue with the story of Vincent with Evently as a startup. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. I welcome you from that short break. We are still taking on the story of Vincent Mabirizi, one young gentleman championing an innovation. It is a mobile application called Evently. What does it do? It will connect you to events that you need, but also it has at least a lot of functionalities rotating around events. Maybe for you who didn't watch while Monica was interviewing this gentleman about the same, perhaps I could borrow 2 minutes of your time to quickly run through what this gentleman described this mobile application as its functionalities.
So I've been hearing about the Evently app, but some of us really have no idea totally about how this app works.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful right now you're going to know what Evently is about. Evently is the social event listing mobile application that lets you know what events are happening where, when, and at what time, so that you can book a ticket, go and have fun with colleagues. And above all, it is tailored to localized module whereby the events are retrieved on your side depending on your current location. Say you're in Mbarara, you'll get events that are happening in Mbarara and the nearby cities or areas.
Yes, thank you very much. I continue to thank Monica for that very good interview. Now, you now know what Evently is all about. Vincent, we come back to the story of Evently. Let's first roll back. Usually, when we say the startup talk, starting up actually is the story. At this time, you're a student, you have to attend lectures, you need food and any other, basic need. And then you've been elected president or head of this group. You need to lead a group of more than 2 who are actually all in the same category, young people and more so students. I would say hungry people. What was the story like? How are you getting funded in case of anything you need to buy? And then there are these team wrangles that usually come around. Did they anyway come along? How finally do you go through them to be where you are today?
Okay, thank you so much for that question.
Yes.
But I must say that the best way to start is to get started. I think by then, actually, as a team now, our major problem wasn't finance. All we needed is the knowledge and the skills.
Knowledge and skills.
Yes, which skills we had them, and we are learning more skills. So the focus there was to make the product come to life. And in this case, bring the product to life, money wasn't a big factor in this case. What was very key, the computers which we had.
You had your laptops.
We
Yes.
had our laptops. Then the brains, writing codes, of which the skills by then we were actually studying, we are being equipped with skills almost on a daily basis. So we did the application by implementing what we had learned
In a class?
in a previous day or in a previous hours. So it was like that. Then I don't remember having wrangles because whenever you have an organized team who share a common goal and they are all straight to the point,
Yes.
they always focus on what binds them together other than what diverts them. So it was fun. In other words, it was fun. They were like everyone was doing it out of their own will. No one was being pushed or forced. So it was out of that the inner like the inner part of
Passion, generally.
passion. Yeah, people were
Okay.
doing it with their passion.
Well, he's answering the question of you who is wondering, how do I start this without money? I'm talking about capital. He's answering the question of how literally do I start? And now he says, find a way of starting what with, with what you actually possess. In his case, the skill and the laptop which was bought by him and maybe by Guardian for academic reasons, and then the time which they had as students and the knowledge. But then, interestingly, he says they were learning while practicing. And then not only practicing, but perfecting what they learned by building a product that he proudly say today is a big company in making. Now, Mr. Vincent, let's quickly roll to how you go through anyway some different stages to the Vincent we see today and the Evently we see today. Some key events you need to remember that have built to what you have today.
Oh, thank you. Now, after building this app, and we were using it on our phones as a group. We
Yes.
could, use it here and there. But then after sharing it with a few colleagues outside our brackets, and they appreciated this, now the next step was to make it sound outside now the group, to maybe to outside that group, that maybe to other students or maybe to the public.
Yes.
Now the idea was to find ways of making it available for people to access and use it and maybe give feedback about this app.
As they test, what was like the scope of events? Are you now stretching outside Must or outside Mbarara, or what kind of sort of events were on this app?
By then, the sort of events we had, of course, we had mainly the events that at first we started with events which were happening in campus.
Yes.
Let me say the sports games at the beach, then maybe the birthday parties within campus, fellowships, that's in terms of churches,
Yes.
services,
Okay.
spiritual events, birthday parties within the hostels, those small events.
So at this time it is students testing. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's pick up from that.
Now-
How do we graduate to this?
And now from there, we again now expanded it to now outside the events. The clubs started in putting the events. But now by then, the Epic was shared using phones from one phone to another. And now on 10th September 2017,
Yes.
we launched eventually. They then get approached for the first time on Play Store,
Ah.
and now people were able to download and start using it. Then, at the purpose of using it, we were getting feedback from them. People are giving comments. And,
Literally testing.
yeah, testing, and as they are enjoying actually the services.
Mm.
Then later, in that process of testing, as we are still using it here and there, we heard about the NISIP. That was National ICT
Initiative.
Support
Mm.
Fund, support program, sorry. We had it, I think it was coming for the first time. That was 2017. Now, as young innovators who were passionate about what we are doing, and we actually wanted to commercialize it, then we had to
You
submit
submit a application, yes.
as a group. Then, after submitting the application, of course, in the first time we did not go through, because maybe the idea was still lacking a few concepts here and there. And now, time comes, we give campus. The course was done. That was 2018. We move out. Now life changes a bit because after campus, whatever happened, a lot of things happen. But we didn't lose actually. We never lost hope. So we again applied again. Then we happened to get we were actually nominated for these competitions.
So you finally win.
We finally win and got some funding,
Okay.
some capital from the ministry, ICT and national guidance. Then now we rebrand
You rebrand now from Getapload to.
eventually.
What inspired that? What caused that?
Rebranding, it was initially the app name was the word Getapload. It came from a slang. That's plot, any plot, what plot? I think you've heard people.
Yeah,
talking
plot
about that,
chi.
especially the elite people. But to people who are not familiar with the slang, it sounded like a plot of land. So there was some kind of confusion.
Ah.
So
you'd get like people calling, I want a plot in Kacheka.
probably.
Ah, okay.
So now we went through a grand search and we ended up with Eventually.
okay.
So there we rebrand from Get a Plot to Eventually.
So from, that was when?
That was actually rebranding is of recent. That was 2019.
2019. From the day you rebrand to Evently, now things change. At least now you have some support from the ministry. Now Evently literally starts as a company.
Eventually is not a company. Eventually is a product. It's a product. It's not
Now
a company.
we go back.
It's a product.
Championed by which company?
Eventually is championed by Get a Plot Company Limited.
So the
Now-
company remained
Yeah, the
as
company
Get a
remained
Plot.
as Get a Plot Company Limited. It's incorporated by URSB.
Okay. Well, that will bring us now to the core of business. We were going to take this short break. When we return, we go into the business talks now. How much you make, who are your target customers, and everything to do with business. Please keep around. Yeah, thank you very much. I welcome you from that short break. Now, I promised you when we return, we'll be getting into core of the business in Evently. But before that, Ndugu Vincent, perhaps you could first update us in a few facts or a few statistics, numbers of users, any developments ever since you renamed from Evently to now. Maybe downloads are now increased, the scope, Do we now have events, being captured from all over? I had you tell Monica about Kampala issues. What other places, which other events do I find here? Like, we get into the demographics of this business.
Okay, thank you. About the statistics, the very, very first version of Evently was launched on Play Store. I think that was around December last year. And since then, we've been registering daily progress. And as talk now, I think we have around 300 users on the app. And the number is increasing on a daily basis. As I talk now, there could be someone even downloading.
So the 300 users include event managers?
Not really. There are two apps.
Yes.
That's the Evently Manager. Evently Manager is for events organizers. Now we have the Evently. Now the Evently Manager, events organizers use it to publish the events, manage their accounts.
How many are there on the Evently Manager?
On Evently Manager, I think now this one the number is not all that big because you find that just
managers are not so many. Yes.
Yeah, you find that you can have like around 20 organizers around Bara. They are organizing these events.
Okay.
But now,
But at least 300 plus using the application to know which event I can attend.
yeah, that is Evently.
Let's go into terms of, is it the same with downloads?
Now the downloads, they might be slightly different because some people access the app through, for example, if we're here and you hear about it, I can share it via phone.
Okay.
And now such statistics at times they don't take time to reflect on the downloads.
Well, we are talking numbers, 300. How are you making money from this kind of group? Are there some different revenue streams you're using to know you fetch money from the 300 people already that enrolled?
Now when I was interacting with Monica,
Yes.
you talked about the ticketing.
Yes.
So basically our clients, users do book tickets through this app. And for these apps, for every ticket that is purchased through the app, there is a certain percentage, a small commission that we actually get from these tickets sold. And this commission is a negotiable commission between we, the developers, and the organizer. We don't charge any single coin from the ticket purchaser. The commission is between us and the event organizer.
The manager.
It is a negotiable commission.
Okay.
And it depends on how often someone uploads events, how many tickets have been bought. So it depends on that.
Are there other ways you're earning?
There are other business models, but we haven't tested them. But we actually are still internal, still in discussions. But basically, after going through all the necessary processes,
Yes.
see after how they work, then
Would
probably we may benefit from them.
Would you like sort of quickly take us through or capture a number of or some sales in terms of maybe money? You could say from the day we launched this as Evently, we've so far collected maybe this kind of sum or something?
I think there's
Or
of
in
course,
terms of, yes.
of course, clients are already subscribing. People are already purchasing tickets through the app.
Yes.
But as I've said, that the app was officially started operating in just a few, like 2 months.
Yes.
Of course, there are some purchases that have been done, but I think we haven't sat down to analyze that kind of, because you have to find the costs, you deduct the costs, the maintenance fee, then the charges from the internet service provider. So we haven't actually analyzed that, but there are some.
Do you remember your first client?
My first client to purchase a ticket, honestly, I don't recall, but the day I woke up in the morning, I just found like 4 people bought the tickets.
But
So
remember at
maybe
least
for-
the event? The
Yeah,
event they bought tickets for?
The event they bought ticket for, it was a nightclub in Katete. There's some club called Emirates Gardens. Yeah, for that I can recall. They had, it was a nightclub. So
Well, kudos, Emirates. You're never going to get out of the books of Evently app. Now, well, we get now the picture. People fear mobile applications as a business, running it as a business. Are there other models you think Evently is about to get you earning, like maybe in the coming future?
Probably there should be there because right now, if you look in statistics, the most richest people in the world, they are actually in the tech background. As Zuckerberg is one of them. He has Facebook. Facebook is social media. How does he earn? There's so many other business models. Actually, it's about you, the innovator, to go down and extract them. You be so creative to find ways of benefiting. And when you have numbers, if you have numbers, you have money. So if you have numbers, probably.
Someone wanting to understand your business model out there. We launched, at least the business started around 2 months ago. We've made a few sales, but there are other models that we can be able to earn from. I'm looking at if you could bring them out, the revenue streams you think in the near future you will be earning from those few, apart from ticketing. What other, just in case someone else watching here wants to appreciate or wants to sort of think that this very business actually could work for me? Are there other ways that you're about perhaps to start?
I think other ways on how you can actually generate funds. You realize that if you realize that since it's an advertisement platform.
Yes.
Times going like our clients for the events, that the people who are using the events manager, people who are publishing the events, you realize that someone to print a poster or to do a drive, you need something much, a lot of money that is needed. But in this case, what if someone pays a small commission to upload their event, and maybe this event is going to hit 10,000 people who are going to access it? That is a smart way of advertising your event, while just paying a small amount of money. Yeah. So that's another way of.
That's good. We are talking about events, and this is 2021, 1 year after the disastrous 2020. I'm talking about coronavirus and the impact it had on events. Does such actually affect you?
Definitely, it affects us because right now it is that there are few events are organized out there, and even people fear to attend them because they have to be abided by the law. So it's affecting us actually. But honest, probably maybe after uplifting this lockdown, everything will come back to normal and people will continue enjoying our services.
Are there other challenges you're facing?
Of course, challenges can't fail to be there. As you know, we are human beings and we are in an era of challenges here and there. So we have challenges are there. Some of them are internally that you may not even bring on.
Yes.
Other externally, even resources have never been enough.
You talk about a very important component in this, the team. It's about developing. You want some support. We are developing this into a multi-billion company like you quote Mark Zuckerberg. How are you working along with the team?
As I say that initially, you find that if a team is organized and committed to work, actually currently the team is not actually focusing on the money.
Yes.
Right now. Yes, benefit will come, but right now the focus is on building the brand. Because if you have the brand, then you most likely to get money that is even more than enough of what you need. So right now, those wrangles are not there. Of course, everyone has a role to play, and everyone is trying to make sure that he plays his role the best way. Because if you don't play your role, then you're letting the team down. So in that case, there's that kind of motivation. The focus is on working as of now. And we've been working for so many years, like 5 or 6.
Well, as we wrap up this, Ndugu Vincent, what should we watch out for in the next few years for Evently?
Evently, in the next few years, our plan is to champion the events ecosystem, whereby we want to contribute towards the development of smart cities, where people don't need to think about reading posters on streets, making noise using these drives, which are even more expensive. not even taking the adverts on TVs, maybe which might be expensive.
Mm.
So we expect to have this app covering the entire country,
Mm.
even expanding to the outside the countries, like the nearby countries, whereby people can easily advertise their events at an affordable cost, while benefiting from them. Actually, it's also focusing on promoting talents. There are very many people in the art industry who are out there. They have good content, but actually they cannot, the public doesn't know about them because they can't afford the expensive platforms, the expensive air platforms where they can make noise and the public get to know them. So this platform is targeting that to add value to our entertainment industry and the tourism industry.
Well, thank you very much. There are a few other questions around tech businesses. One being differentiating tech from actually business. I do not know if in your world the two are different. The evently as technology and evently as business. I don't know if you would bring out, help differentiate for this viewer that wants to, start his journey or her journey in technology as a business. The two, evently as a technology, evently as a business. Would you differentiate the two?
Yes, I can differentiate them, but I'll just make small clarification there.
Yes.
I would call eventually a startup. A startup in a tech industry. Then the best way I can differentiate them, being like eventually as a technology or as a startup, it's actually the process of bringing something tangible or a product that people can use and appreciate. That is as a technology on its own. Then as a business, now that goes to commercializing this business. Yes,
Okay.
I've brought this technology on board, but now how do I benefit from it? How do I make this technology create employment for other stakeholders who might benefit from this innovation? Now that is commercializing that product.
Okay. Well, he talks about differentiating a business from a technology. You who is trying to go for the tech businesses, well, he talks about you knowing that, well, this is a technology solving a certain challenge, but at the end of the day, I need to come back and calculate and know anyway, how am I going to survive from this? Talking about that, you later win a grant. Someone watching and would wish to follow your footsteps, also in tech as a business, but also want to win such a support. Do you have a known formula for that?
The formula is very simple. Just focus on doing what is best that people will appreciate. If you do something best or something viable that people can appreciate, then the grant will actually look for you. In other words, if you realize that before the funding came in, we had worked for almost 4 years
Yes.
by just investing our own energy. Because in this case, when you are an innovator, yes, funding is a problem, but it's a component that you should think about last, not first. Because trust me, if someone gives you $1 billion right now, if you're not prepared enough, and if you've not actually have passion for what you're doing, you will use the 1 billion and still the product will not be out there for people to appreciate. So
it's beyond just the grant.
Beyond just the grant, it's about the passion and what you think you should actually benefit, like what you want to bring on board. So in this case, what they should do, let them first utilize the little resources. The resources here, I mean, you're the person who is innovating and your own time, because time is a very expensive factor. So you invest your own time, then your own knowledge, put the idea on board, turn that theoretical concept into a working prototype. Then after putting this prototype into, this idea into a working prototype, when you present it out there, someone will at least appreciate and will lead you to the next step.
Okay. Well, that is Vincent for you, telling you it's beyond actually the grant that we think it is. It comes back to the business and the passion you have back within you. Now, as we wrap up this, are there things you think you lack as Evently? Maybe someone watching could be having that capacity, or you think the 2 years you described to reach with them as, Evently becoming a multi-billion project, there are perhaps those things you think you need or you lack, and you wouldn't, some help.
I think here the most important factor that makes you eventually stand is that person who take that initiative to search for it, download it, and use it. We have a culture in our society whereby at times we take long to appreciate that even locally developed products can solve our challenges. Then we end up rushing for those products that have been developed from abroad. So in this case, I think as eventually what we need is the user trust, the customer trust. People trust us. We are delivering the best. The moment we have people using our product, I think every obstacle won't even affect us.
So you're actually telling this viewer of ours and someone listening to us via www.ayetradio.com to instead now download your application.
Download, use the app. As you're using the app, then you're actually not empowering me as an innovator because there are so many people who are actually going to benefit from this app. Because as you as an event organizer, you're going to get an account manager who is going to manage your account. You'll be paid. You get. We are going to have people who are working in there's ticket. We have a ticket mode where people purchase tickets. At the entrance, you need someone to verify the tickets. That person is paid. The people who are organizing events, they are going to organize these events. They advertise them at an affordable price. At an affordable cost. Then, when they get a huge turn-up, there is a lot of employment that's going to be created around this innovation. So as people are using this app, they are empowering me as an innovator, but they're also empowering a community to have more opportunities created. Because, currently the biggest challenge we have as a country is unemployment. So
what if the viewer here is asking himself, why should I download this app? Apart from knowing where the events are going to be, why should I download it? Do you have some few incentives you have within the application? Are there other ways me who is downloading this app I'm going to gain?
One, there's convenience.
Yes.
Realize that take scenario, we have an event at Club X. You reach there, you have to line up. You make a very huge line to struggling to get a ticket. What if you just use your phone and grab a ticket? Isn't that a smart way and a convenient way?
So nice.
So it's so nice. Above all, we also have tickets. We always collaborate with events organizers and give these tickets to people at a subsidized price. So there's a smaller discount for all the tickets that are bought through the app. So
if I want a ticket to win, do you usually have such?
We have a module called Dimes. Now, whenever a user, the more you use this app, you win dimes, or someone can call them points. So these dimes, they keep on accumulating, and over a sudden, you use them, you spend them by acquiring a ticket to attend the event.
Okay.
So as you're interacting with the app, chatting, commenting, and sharing the events, purchasing tickets, you're earning points, which you call them, we term them as dimes. So with time, the number keeps on increasing. You can actually wake up one day and say, today I'm not going to buy a ticket, I'll just use part of my dimes to secure a ticket.
Yeah,
that's another
okay, that is Vincent for you. Do you have some final words to this lady and gentleman that have been watching? Any final word to them?
The final words to them are, first of all, I would appreciate all the users that are actually trusted us and they are using our app. You're empowering us, you're making us a stand. And those ones who are going to download after this particular show, we really appreciate your trust in our services, and we encourage people to continue downloading and using the app. Then to AET-TV, we appreciate for giving us this platform to come out and share with the public on what we're actually doing. This is a very big opportunity. Then maybe to the innovators out there, because I'm not the only innovators.
Yes.
These days there are so many innovators out there. What I can assure them is challenges are going to come day and night. You cannot avoid them. But the biggest thing to do is to remain empowered. Whenever you feel like you lose hope, keep pushing. One day you can make it in future.
Well, someone who wants to talk to you,
Pardon?
if there's someone who wants to talk to you,
I'm actually available.
The
I'm
phone
a
number?
free person, accessible. Someone can approach me. I'm down to earth. I'm very free. And,
do you mind sharing your contacts?
It's okay. My Airtel is 0759 833943. Then MTN is 0778 74 97 80. You can also reach me on email, that is mvicent151@gmail.com. You can also, I also have a Twitter account, that is @Vicent. I also have a Facebook account, my name is Vicent. So you can always reach
And for
me.
Evently?
For Evently, that is, you can reach us through www.evently.app. You can leave a question there, an inquiry. You can also reach us via our social media handle, that is Evently Official, that's the Twitter handle. Then Evently Facebook page. You can always reach us through. We also have an email, that is evently2020@gmail.com.
Repeat the link where we can download the app from.
The app, you can download it from www.evently.app. So that's our website. The website contains the links for two apps, that is Evently Manager and Evently.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Vincent, for coming around.
Thank you for hosting me.
And thank you very much, you who has been watching. It is the Startup Talk. I am Sankara Beruhanga. I work with Monica. We will be always bringing you these stories every Tuesday, 5 p.m. We tell stories of different people out there that are trying to do different businesses, hustling around. But the major point is, can they have a platform? You know how to get them. You listen to their story. You who think that you need to start just the way they did, we also bring you an opportunity for you to hear from them and you can start. This is brought to you by Empower Youth in Technology. We are implementing a project called the Startup Garage. In this, we get startups, promote, give them platform just the way we are doing, but we don't stop at that. We have what we call the Startups Fund. In case you need to buy some equipment for you, maybe production, maybe marketing, maybe anything you need within your business, we have the Startups Fund. All you have to do is save your money here, which is totally your money. You could withdraw anytime you wish. But then according to your savings, at a time when you need to buy a certain equipment, we will be able to top on that and give you a manageable loan on just 2%. That is so affordable. But we do not stop at that. We also connect these startups to mentorship. Vincent has been talking about you having the business knowledge and being able to run this business. Even when you won $1 billion, he says, you cannot run it if you lack actually the business knowledge. Now that is another thing we do in the Startup Garage. Now you need to be always joining us for every Friday. We have business clinics where we bring different people to talk to startups, businessmen around that you could learn from. Maybe on a lighter note, this is made also by one of our beneficiaries. Now when you need this, if you need this, you need to call the number down the screen and we'll be able to deliver for you this wonderful creative. Maybe until we connect next week on Tuesday, 5 p.m., I remain Sankara Biaruhanga, and I had my counterpart, Monica, who engaged Vincent before. Please, you need to keep AIT TV your choice.